Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing my Spotify release strategy for 2025. So I've been releasing music for about 2 years now, and along the way I've kind of learned what works, what doesn't work, and this year I've decided to implement a completely new release strategy, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So as I mentioned before, I've been releasing music for a couple of years now, but this year I've decided to change things up a little bit, and I'm embarking on a completely new artist project called Final Martin. And the first big change for my release strategy for this year is I've promised myself and I've told myself that I'm going to be releasing frequently and consistently. So you may have seen other music creators talking about their own release strategies for this year. I think in my case it's a bit different because I'm literally starting from zero. So my first release was actually on the 3rd of January of this year. So I'm going to be implementing this strategy myself for the first time in 2025. So you can kind of join me on the journey and see how it goes over the course of the year. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to be releasing frequently and consistently. The reason for this is that after having experimented with various different release strategies over the years, especially last year in 2024. So what does that mean? So basically I've set myself a challenge of releasing a new song every 2 weeks for the whole of 2025. That might sound crazy, and I certainly haven't produced all the music that I'm going to be releasing yet, but for me that's part of the excitement and the challenge of committing to something like this. So last year I did go through a stint of releasing at least a song every month for a few months last year. I found that that kind of strategy really focused me, not only on committing to releasing the music itself, but actually to producing the music, and therefore forcing myself to sit down and make a new song every month and making sure that I'm committed to making good music, but also actually improving as an artist. So it's not about putting out the absolute perfect finished product. And I think that's something that kind of held me back early on when I was just starting out as a music producer, was that I felt every release had to be absolutely perfect. And while it's obviously important to have quality control and make sure that you are only releasing stuff that you're really happy with, it can also hold you back a little bit in terms of actually just stopping you from releasing music because you're not 100% happy with it. I think what I learned from this strategy, which is actually inspired by independent artists such as Nick D and Eldre, who both have YouTube channels themselves, is that I needed to slightly detach myself from this idea of holding back any music that I didn't think was 100% perfect, and actually work on just creating new music, releasing it, and going on a journey and hopefully becoming a better producer over time as you release music. So yeah, another reason why I've decided on this strategy is that I just found the fact that I was releasing and producing music consistently was actually helping me to grow as an artist and forcing me to sit down and just improve my production skills. So as I said, I'm going to be releasing a new song every 2 weeks in 2025. And that might sound like a lot, but actually it's only 26 songs in total. And as I sit here right now, I've already got 5 of them written and scheduled for publishing. So why did I choose 2 weeks rather than a month or a slightly longer time? I know other creators often choose something between the 4 to 6 week mark. I think the main reason I chose 2 weeks for myself personally was because I just wanted to get some momentum going this year as I look to build out my new artist project. And I felt that having this kind of slightly lofty goal of releasing a new song every 2 weeks would actually be a source of motivation for me and a source of hopefully inspiration as well. So when it comes to my own releases, I actually do everything myself, including the artwork, including all the promotion, the social media clips, everything I do myself. And I kind of enjoy that side of things at the moment. I would be lying if I said that I didn't hope that one day maybe I could outsource those kind of things, but at the moment I'm happy to do it all myself. So one tip I definitely recommend before even starting to think about your music release strategy for this year is to actually sit down and just create a calendar of when you're planning to release your music. So I would say the first thing to do is to decide on how often you're gonna want to release your music. For me, I've decided on 2 weeks, but for you that might be unrealistic. You might be looking to do every month or every 4 to 6 weeks. So once you've decided exactly how often you want to release your music, then it's really important to sit down and actually map out how that looks across the year. Create a spreadsheet and just put in the dates of when you're planning to release your music. And just doing that will give you a blueprint for the year, and it will really help you to keep organized as you look to create new music and schedule it for release. So earlier this week I sat down and created a brand new release schedule spreadsheet, putting in the dates of every single release that I'm going to be putting out this year. Yeah, as I said, I've only got 5 at the moment, but those are all now filled in, scheduled for release. The artwork's done, the Spotify canvases are done, the YouTube visualizers are done. And so now I've already got my first 5 releases of the year scheduled up until the end of February. And that takes the pressure off a little bit, and I can focus now on creating more music and developing my skills as a producer. So I think I'm gonna make a separate video about the promotion of my music, but one of the things I'm definitely gonna try and do also this year is to create and promote my own Spotify playlists. Now these are playlists featuring other artists in a similar genre, music I already love, and then it's a case of using those playlists to seed some of my tracks within those playlists and hopefully gain some new fans, followers, and subscribers. But I'll talk more about that in a separate video here on YouTube. So there we have it. That's my plan for this year. It's very much a work in progress. It's something that I'm planning to do, so it's not something I've done yet. I hope that's been a somewhat useful video for you, whether you're kind of deliberating on how to release your music this year as an independent artist. I hope you found it useful. And yeah, if you're interested in following along with my journey this year, please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.